Ándale. That's, it's getting you right there. Oof. But hello. And thank y'all for tuning into another show of Sippin and Trippin'. Now, I hope the ladies don't get mad at me today. So, it's been a week, right? And I've been watching so many things. So I was thinking about the show, and I was thinking about like, what can we talk about, right? Because what have we not talked about? And I know we've probably touched on this subject before, but and I'm how can I say this? So I've been watching a lot of like social media, right? We all watch social media, whether it's whatever you're choosing, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, blah 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 blah. And there's been a lot of videos, and I know it's been touched on. I think it started like last year sometime, and the word kept coming up in regards to like expectations. That is a strong word. And I think like back in January, we had brung up the word reciprocations. Am I saying that right? I feel like I'm saying that wrong. But anyways, so I was going through it and I just kept sitting it, and then I was talking to different people, and it was just like that word expectations kept popping its head up. So I figured, you know what? Why not talk about the damn word? Because that word is a generalized word that fits into a lot of aspects of our life, whether it's a parenting, whether it's work, whether it's relationships, whether it's love or friendship, all of that shit. Your kids, like you as yourself. You feel me? So I feel like that's a word that maybe we should talk about and throw around a little bit. And I'm not trying to get on my ladies, but I'm gonna get on my ladies today a little bit, just a little bit. So don't hate me, y'all. Just um, because it's unfortunate that I've been seeing, and granted, some of these might be skits, which could be a little hee hee ha ha, and then some of it is just like, man, I know some of that shit is true because I've witnessed it with my own eyes and my own ears, and I'd be damn, like damn, just as a woman, it make me say damn. And then there's sometimes I'd be like, damn, okay, so it just depends, right? So in regards to like that word, we'll get into that. But it made me like just think about it in regards to like just life in general, right? So like I was just talking to Maurice about it, and we were just saying like, man, like here in the United States, right? We work to make this money, right? To either live a certain lifestyle or to take vacations, or just to, some people want to keep up with the Joneses, or whatever, or just maybe it's just within you. So I feel like, especially when it comes to work here in the United States versus like in Europe, man, from what I've heard, like they be taking siestas, like they be taking a break, a mandatory break in the middle of your day. Like I guess that's your lunch. To like, but it's not like you get 30 minutes or even an hour. I think they be taking like 2 hours where you have to like not work. You have to not work. And I've seen it. I ain't never been to Europe, y'all, so I don't know this firsthand. But from what I've heard, that this is what they do. It's mandatory, and I seen it in some shows. So I'm assuming you see this shit repeatedly, then it must be true. So I'm just like, these motherfuckers be taking these 2 hour breaks in between the days. So whether you want to take a lunch, whether you want to go home and take a nap, whether you got to catch us on some other shit, like whatever. Can you imagine if it was mandatory for us to shut down between the hours of 12 and 2 o'clock? Like how much shit could you get done in your day to day if you had just that 2 hour break without it being like mandatory? Because I know a lot of people that don't take their lunch so that they can get out an hour early. Like, does that really, really benefit y'all? Or they don't take a lunch because they just got so much work to do that they don't. And then that all coincides with your health. Like, so stress levels be up. If you're not eating, that means you're not eating appropriately or healthy or whatever. And then you get stressed again. And then you get sick because then you stressed. Like, stress, man, like that should be another fucking word. Like, stress is like, look, that can kill a motherfucker. Okay. Stress. If you don't know how to manage it, if you don't know what to do with it, if you don't know how to de-stress or whatever, right? Right. So anyway, so expectations in regards to that. So there's a whole realm of stuff. So just like what we were saying, like, there they take a siesta, here you are almost like trained. We are trained from when we're young to work, 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 save, 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 and then you can live comfortably or lavishly or whatever. And it's just like, so okay, so like me, I have very low expectations in life. So, but I choose that. Like, I will choose to live broke versus choosing to have money. Now, don't get me wrong. I like money, right? But I only need money to just do just enough of whatever the fuck I enjoy. I don't need, I don't. I mean, I can. Like, if somebody want to send me some money, I ain't going to deny it. But, I live a very, I think, I live, well, I mean, I spend a lot of money on my children, right? Because they all into sports. But away from that, though, I think me and my boys, we live a very simple lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got food, we got a roof over our head. They have enough to just enjoy their sports, and we get to go wherever we get to go in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need a fucking 16-ounce steak every night. I need vacations, like 2 to 3 vacations a year. Well, I probably told y'all before, I promised myself that I was going to do one vacation for myself because that helps me to de stress and basically recharge and do that. And then one vacation with the family. Would I love to take them to Greece and all of that shit? Yeah, great. But that's not really a vacation for me because then I still have to do all my mama shit. So that's why I always say I need to take a vacation for me. Do you understand that I don't care if I just went to the fucking coast of Texas and just sat on the beach with a cocktail? As long as I don't got no mommy duties to do, I don't got to worry about nobody else but myself. And if I ate, or nobody's judging me at what time I want to start drinking, and I can feed myself, like, that's a vacation. But when I go with the kids, it's not so much a vacation because I still got to worry about them. But I still want them to experience life because we always want to give our kids. So that's a double-edged sword because you always want to give your kids what you didn't have. But y'all got to be careful with that shit too, because if you give them everything you didn't have, then they're not learning nothing. They're not learning how to go without. They're not learning how to, you know, um, save their money. Or some of them are. Most of my kids don't. But they not learning there's certain things. I think there's certain life lessons that you learn when you broke, or it teaches you how to appreciate certain things when you get older or when you do get them or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because if like before, right before, going out to eat was a treat. I don't know about y'all, but for us, when we got McDonald's or when we got that was a treat. That was like, oh shit, okay. We ain't pissed off our mama long enough, or like she didn't want to cook, so that's like we won, right? But now it's like some of these kids, boy, they like, I want a steak medium rare and whatever. And especially because I'm working at the restaurant, right? So these kids order this shit. And this meal is like they don't order the steak. And the parents then ordered up some chicken tenders or a salad or whatever. It's less money than their steak. And you know, these motherfucking kids eat like even like a third, and then it goes into the trash. And I'd be like, if my children order a motherfucking steak, ribs, whatever, you better eat all of that shit. Because if I gotta pay $25 for that motherfucking food, you better eat it. But they expect that shit though, right? So I feel like, so in my household, I don't care how much money I got. I feel like if I live broke, not broke, but you know what I'm saying, broke, then everything else is a bonus. You feel me? So like, I mean, don't get me wrong, my kids have what they need. They might not have everything that they want, but they got what they need. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's okay to like spoil your child, give them a little video game or a little pad, whatever, you know, stuff like that. But if your child out here like, I need to do that, they have an attitude and all of this shit, and then you want to be mad at them because they got an attitude with you, but the whole time it's your fault. It is your fault as a parent that your child is acting like that. Because why? Because you gave them everything that they wanted when they wanted it, and now they want to have a tantrum, they want to do this, they want to do all of this shit, and now you want to be mad at them, but it really is your fault because you allowed them to be that way. Now I ain't no parent of the year, no type shit like that, because trust you me, you ask my children, they be. But again, I have very low expectations with life. I have low expectations with people, with work, with life, because you know what? They say, you know, I don't really walk around this world with any expectations. I don't. Because I learned very early on that if you don't have no expectations, then you won't get disappointed at all. You don't get disappointed because you know what? I learned to let people show you who they are, right? I've said this before. You let people show you who they are, and then they will tell you, right? Oh man, they will tell you, like, just treat people accordingly, should I say. Um, that's with people. That's with work. Like, my clients come in here and I don't expect nothing from them but to get I expect me to do my job, to do their hair, to make sure that they feel better when they leave my hair salon, right? That's my expectation for myself. And hopefully they like their hair, right? So, and that's it. But like if they come in here talking about, I want this haircut and this color or whatever, and they got like really thin hair, and then they show me a haircut or a picture with a chick with like triple times their hair or really thick hair, and it's just like, okay, honey, so let's be real. Let's stick here, right? Like I can give you something similar, but that exact picture is not gonna happen. And I would gladly tell anybody that walk into my hair salon, like, yeah, no. Like if you have hair color like mine, and you want to come out of here like super like white blonde in that one day, and your hair not be trashed, I'm not gonna tell you that. I'm gonna be like, look, you can do that. We can do it. We can do it. But your hair finna be trashed. You gonna walk out of here like you got a head full of hay. Like, no. And you know what? I won't do it because at the end of the day, when you walk out these doors, that's me on your head. And if people be like, oh, what happened to your hair? Not like, oh my God, what happened to your hair? They're like, ooh. Like, you ain't gonna be like, oh, Jessica did my hair. Like, because you know what's gonna happen is that you're not gonna tell the whole story, right? Of how you wanted it. This is what you weren't gonna leave the salon until your hair was looking like this, and blah 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 blah. And now I'm looking like I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Like, no, that's not gonna happen. But I feel like I also I give myself some grace. And I think we need to do that with each other, with our partners, with our children, with our parents, with our animals, like everybody. You got to give them some grace. I think that's the other word of the night. Because it's like, yo, we be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Over stupid shit, over stupid stuff. Um, like I was trying to wait, but I'm not going to. So I was watching this one video, and this girl was on this thing on the. And granted, it was a skit, so I'm hoping that it was fake, and I'm hoping, but I know there's girls out here that are like this, and I just be my brain. And the fucked up part is that there's the men out here that'll deal with that shit. And I be like, what are these women doing that I don't know? You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, the skit was the girl called her man, and she was, like, so where's the rest of the money at that you're gonna send me? And he was like, what are you talking about? I just, I just sent you $30 for lunch, babe. Like, you need more than $30 to eat some lunch? Send me $30. Said, bitch, you can send me $20. I get me some good food for $20. You feel me? So and she was like, no, but I need more. Like, what happens if I want some appetizers and I want this and I want that and da 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 da? And I'm sitting there as a woman, like, you ungrateful, stupid woman. And he was just like, what? And I sat there like, the unfortunate part is I know it was a skit, right? No, that's not the unfortunate part. The unfortunate part is that I know women that are like this. I know women that are just like, well, that's it. Like, first off, boo, he ain't had to send you shit. You should have made you a lunch before you left the house. And if he did send you $30, do something. And if it wasn't enough, at least you ain't had to pay the whole fucking, like, first off, what the fuck are you buying that's more than $30 for lunch? If it's just for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just very disappointed in that whole like skit, because it's just like, they're only gonna do it, right? Because it's true. And it'd be like, God, come on, ladies, what are you doing? And then there was another one where the girl was just like, this is the one. Oh, especially like coming out of the whole like dating scene, and I got children, but thank God for my mother, right? And like, if they want to like take you out on a date, right? So you in conversation with this dude, and the dude is just like, hey, we finna go out on a date, whatever. And then, so in this video, let me describe the video to y'all. So the dude pulls up, and I know it was a skit because the girl was like holding like, you can tell a little bit, right? So anyways, so she's holding the phone. She opens the door. She's just like, hey. And he's just like, hey, babe, you ready to go? Like, get in, jump in the car, whatever. You know what? Hold on. I need to, before this come out of my mouth. She said, I need you to give me $250 to pay the babysitter so that we can go out on our date. And he said, what? And she was like, yeah, if you want us to go out on a date, you got to pay for my babysitter. $250. And then, and you know what? He actually didn't react the way I probably would have reacted if I was a dude or whatever, because he was just like, no, like the money I have, which is realistic, right? The money that I have is for our date. Like, what I had planned for our date is the amount of money that I have set aside for that date. Unless you're dating some baller that can just be like, oh, here you go. But the realistic part of dating or being with somebody is that not everybody's going to have just an extra $500 just to be, or $250 to be like, first off, who the fuck do you got watching your children for $250 for a few hours? Even if it was overnight, like bitch, hire me. I'll come and watch your motherfucking kids overnight for $250. Shit. If it was like $75 or something, goddamn, that's maybe doable. But $250, you out your mind. But anyways, he was just like, nah, like you knew we had this date already planned. And then she was just like, well, then I'm not gonna go. Like, and then yeah, he was like, well, get your baby daddy to watch them kids, which I thought was funny. That's just me. But it was just like, but women out there really doing this shit. Like, in order for like, first off, first off, like, I mean, I don't know what the chick looked like. But is it real? Like, I want to ask the men, like, did y'all ever pay a woman, not like pay the woman, right? But give the woman money so that she can hire somebody to watch her kids so that you can take them out on a date? I'm curious, do men actually do that shit? Because if my mom was owed a few couple of dollars, you feel me? Because, like, are men really out here doing that shit? 'Cause I think that's foul, though. I feel like that's your responsibility. Like, as a mother, that you want to go out on this day, you're choosing to do it. That's your responsibility. Like, but I'm curious now from my male viewers that may come across this thing. Can y'all leave me a message and let me know if y'all ever did that or are willing to do that, to take a woman out on a date? Y'all willing to pay the babysitter fee for you to take this woman out on a date and still pay for the date, like everything on the date? I want to know because, I got boys. So I'll be looking at some of this shit like, I would never, that thought or that would never even crossed my mind to be like, well, I need you to give me money to, like, now I've heard men, right? I've heard men, and I've had, whatever, I put my business out there. But like I've heard like where men will like give a woman money so she can buy herself something nice to wear, get her nails done, get her hair done, so that they can be looking fly when they step out with that man. Now, that's not a have to do, that's something that they chose to do, right? That's their choice. But now I'm wondering, do y'all also pay for a woman's babysitter? Hmm. I don't know. I don't think that is the male or the guy's responsibility if you are a single mother going out on a date. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. But hey, again, this is just my opinion. I may be wrong, but I'm just saying, like, girl, let me in on the secret. You feel me? I'm just saying I think it's wrong. Now, expectations, right? There was one more, and I'm trying to think. Hold on, let me see. Uh, you know, I might have to. I might have to break up with Henny because it's not as smooth as I remember it, or my taste buds have changed. Because actually, my friend, not to go off subject, this is still the bottle from the last show. So this bottle done served me what, two or three. This is the third show. This bottle, then now back in my day, you feel me? This bottle when the last did past the first, baby even just touched on the second show, but it would have never made it to a third show. But ooh, when I tell you, uh, if you feel like you have a cold or something, that's the shit to fucking drink, because that will clear up whatever you think might be stuck somewhere in your sinuses, because whew, it's coming out. But The expectation. So we talked about work. We talked about some of that stuff. Now, in the flip side of that, right, for men. Now, again, I can't really judge too much, right? Because as a woman, expect this man to pay for certain things. Now, it's expected, right, for a man to pay for the first date or to pay for certain things when y'all dating or getting to know each other or whatever. See, I don't know. I mean, I need to like I'm just not that way. I feel like, shit, like we both like he got bills, I got bills, like shit, like let's make this easy for the both of us. You feel me? So like if you do that, I'm gonna do this. If you do this, I'm gonna do that. Easy peasy. And you know, you don't gotta feel like you getting taken advantage of. You now if I offer and the gentleman tells me no, I got it. Shit, say less. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting my shit away. Now, if he say, "Oh, you know what? I appreciate that." Like shit, everybody got bills. So, anyways, on the flip side of that, though, like women, like, or for them, should I? How do I want to question this? For the men's, like, do you expect the woman to pay at some point? Inquiring minds want to know. Not my mind. I already know where I stand on a lot of certain things. Um, but those are just my opinions, and I try to I try to be neutralish when I'm talking on the show. For the most part, it's what I'm thinking. But yeah, just again, I'm always curious because, like I said, I have boys, and I don't know if I would have a different mentality if I had girls, right? But I have boys, so I always try to like be neutral. I always try to show them like, yo, like, you know, don't get. I don't want these women out here because I got some sweet boys. I don't want these women out here taking advantage of my child. So when I'm like dealing with somebody, I so again, this is I take into account that this is somebody's son, right? This is somebody's child. So I hope that people, right, when you're dealing with other people, um, set your expectations a little low because at the end of the day, like, don't expect them to just blow their whole check on you. Like, shit, they got bills to pay too. Or like, or they always say that, like, if you expect a man to make, six figures, like, are you bringing six figures to the table? If you expect a man to do this, are you doing the same shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want a man to own his own business, to have a pension, to do this, are you capable of doing all of that shit? Because from what I've seen, it's either one end of the spectrum to the other, right? But again, you don't have to be equal. And I don't know. I'm not going to go into the whole relationship part, but I'm just saying in regards to expectations. Now, we'll go off of that subject a little bit because, like, right now, my 18-year-old, I was just thinking about this shit the other day. That's kind of why I ended up talking about this a little bit. Um, Graduating high school. And I think in this society, right, we are expected to push college, college. You got to go to college. You're gonna make anything about yourself. You got to go to college. If you ain't got no college degree, you're gonna be a bum. If you college this and college that and college all up our hoo-hoos. When the reality of fact is that some of that shit is just to waste your money and to waste your time. My opinion, right? Now, if you are able and capable of using your college degree to actually do something in your career that actually, like, you can actually use it. Because I know a lot of people that went to college for a certain thing and then their whole career is in a whole different field or in a whole, they're not even using their college degree. So you didn't spend, $80,000 or $120,000 on some shit, a piece of paper that you're not even going to use. So a lot of people come and ask me like, "Oh, what college is not but what college is Mo gonna go to? And I said, he ain't. And then, oh, I hate that. I'm like, no, he ain't gonna go to a college. I mean, not that type of college. College, like he's gonna go into the trades. And little bit people know, like, I mean, not so much out here in Elk Grove because Elk Grove is very blue collar, like, but these blue collar motherfuckers get paid. Like, what? I look. I done met. Oh, I know. She don't really be watching my show, so I guess I can talk some shit. But I know this one client of mine. She's single, and she's dating, and she's just like, well, if he's not the CEO and all this other shit, she one of them. And she's like, I'm not, whatever. And the whole time, you know this bitch, and I'm not talking shit because I used to work there too, but this bitch work at Walmart. Like, you want a CEO, you want a man with all this hella cash and whatever. And she like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't no 10. I mean, she ain't no 0. But you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch, you got a Walmart, like, hourly job. And you over here talking about you need a man that owns a business that can do this for you and that for you and da 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 da. And it's like, I'm like, are you looking to become a supervisor or like, go up in the chain of the commands over there? And she has no desire. She's just like, no, I just want my man to do it so he can take care of me. And the sad part is that she's in her 30s. Now, if it was like coming from a younger girl, I can understand that because our TV and internet and all of that shit be like pushing that type of storyline. But it's like, what is wrong with y'all? But so my son is talking about becoming an electrician, which they get paid very well. I think you can make it, and then you will be paying into a union or a pension or whatever, and then you won't have to just rely on Social Security because the reality of the fact is that there's a lot of people that can't live off their Social Security, this day and age because it ain't that much. It's not that much. So you need to have some type of pension or a Roth IRA crap. I don't know. Like, this is not that type of show to get that type of information from me. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to invest in that type of shit, 401ks and all of that, to like really make it when you want to retire ish. Like, I put a meme about that shit that I'm like, I looked at my bank account and I was like, I can retire at 97 and not work for like 11 minutes. that's probably gonna be me. That's okay. Because honestly, my retirement plan is like to go live off of an island and braid hair. As long as I have running water and electricity, I'll be all right. I will be okay. I can braid hair for some extra money, live off the land, be on the beach and just be drinking and living on the beach and eat a little bit here and there. I'll be all right. I don't need all that extra shit. That's my retirement plan, y'all. So don't steal it. But yeah. So I was just like, yeah. And so now I think now before when I said that they'd be like, oh, he needs to go to college and all of this shit. And I'm like, why are these children expected? Like, they're expected to go to college. Like, if they don't go to college, they're not doing nothing for themselves. Like, stop thinking that way. Because you know what? My little son is gonna be okay. And that's the other thing. Like, I think nowadays, or maybe before, maybe not so much now, but I think before, like, it was expected for like the children to like leave as soon as you turn 18, you gotta get the out. I told my son, you can never leave me. You can't leave. You can't leave until you like 25 ish. Maybe even later. I ain't gonna kick him out. Not unless he want to leave. Now, if he want to leave, like, we got a plan. The plan is for him to go to a trade school. If he does electrician, great. If he chooses a different trade, whatever. But do that and finish that and get into a union and start all of that shit up. And then if you want to go back to college for something else, then you can do that and pay as you go so that you don't end up in debt. And then if you do want to move on your own or with some friends or whatever, the plan is for him to either buy a townhouse or to get a condo so that you don't have to pay somebody else's mortgage. You paying into yourself. So that when you don't want to live there no more, boom, you sell it, you make a little money, buy the next one, and go from there. And then the other plan is for him to, like, right now he gonna drive a beater with a heater, right? Because these young people need to learn how to drive through all of Chicago's 10,000 seasons. Y'all know, because if y'all experienced this week for me out here in Chicago, y'all know that we done went through winter, spring, fall, all in one day, in summer, all in a week. You feel me? So, like, I want him to get a beater with a heater, right? And then he can learn how to drive in the rain, learn how to drive in the snow, learn how to skid, learn how to, like, get your first accident. And once you get more experience in that aspect, then you can get yourself a nice car. Then you can do some payments. But I want you to pay the car off. Like, when my child leaves my house, I want him to be debt-free other than having a type of mortgage. That is my plan for, those are my expectations for my son. Because I just want him to be better off, right, than I was. Because I ain't know no better. I think when we didn't know no better. But now that I know a little better, a little bit, just a little bit, I feel like we got to try to, like, push these little kids or young people into that direction of, like, knowing better. Like, I be telling my little nieces and nephews, like, travel now. Travel while you're young. Because a lot of people nowadays, I don't know if I want to say our generation or maybe the generation, I can't do that Gen Z and millennial and all of that shit because I get it all wrong. I don't follow this shit, but whatever. But I feel like there's people in their 50s, right? That all they were told was to work, save, work, save. And you can vacation or you can travel. You can do it when you retire. When you retire, you can do that. When you retire, you can take that vacation. When you retire, you can do whatever the fuck. And guess what? By the time you retire, you too tired, you either broke or you're unhealthy, that now you can't do that shit. Now you can't take that trip. Now you can't do whatever the fuck you wanted to do because you can't, because you're old. You know what I'm saying? So, like, nah, I say do that shit. Like, that's what I wish I would have done when I was in my 20s, making some money. But no, I was stuck in the hood. I was stuck on the block. I just lived in Chicago with my own little circle. I had no interest in visiting different countries and all of that shit. But now that I'm in my mid 40s, now I want to go to Australia and Greece and Amsterdam and want to go to Carnival and shake my old titties on somebody's street that's bedazzled and shit, which I would have, it was no different back in my 20s, but I would have had way more energy, more money, and more free because I ain't had these fucking kids. And, you know, now if I go down to fucking Carnival and go shake my old titties down there and shit, now I got kids that'll be like, Mom, really? Yeah, really, motherfuckers, yes. Because that's what your mama wanted to do, and I'm going to do it. But if I was in my 20s and did it, I wouldn't have nobody saying, Mom, really? Or I wouldn't have a mother that would have been like, is that really what you're supposed to be doing? I be cracking myself up with the voices that I have of other people in my head. I know y'all do that, right? But yeah. So do that shit now. Even now in my 40s. Look, I know. There's a lot of, why you call them old titties? Because they're old, honey. Shit. What is that, Tony? Tony said laughing my ass off. Oh, Tay. That's Tay. So I laughed my ass off. Why you call them old titties? Bitch, they old titties. They some old titties. They not young, or they not old, but they not young. I never had perky titties, so this is a good bra. But I'm 45 now, so they older. We'll say older titties. They're older. You know, they they ain't hanging like they were hanging back in the day. They hanging. You feel me? But it's okay. I get a nice little bra. I'll put some bedazzles on there, and then you shake it a little bit. Ain't gonna be looking at none of that shit. It's okay. I don't care. Cause guess what? If let me shut up. Cause the men's ain't gonna care. They titties. So they like they could be long titty, short titty, little titty, big titty, fat titty, small titty. Motherfuckers don't care as long as they fit in their mouth. They don't give a fuck. Okay, we'll get off the titty section. But like do that shit when you younger, cause then you supposed like in your 20s you supposed to act like that. Now you do that like now. I probably talk shit. I mean, I'll be right there with you, sister. But I will talk shit like, oh, look at that bitch. Okay. But it'll be like, okay, bitch. Okay, oh, bitch. Not like, oh, like when you young, you're supposed to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Do that shit. Do that shit. But no. But those are your expectations. We're expected to do certain things at a certain age and whatever. But I feel like nowadays, that was the other part of that happened this week in regards to the word expectations, right? So we're supposed to like live a certain way or act a certain way because you're a certain age. Now, that statement is a little bit true. Just a little bit. 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 Only because I can't stand these like I say older people that still want to act like they young. Like, nah, bro. I don't like again, I'm 45. I don't know what a 45-year-old supposed to act like. I don't. But I know that I'm not supposed to be at a bar with kids that just turned 21. You feel me? So like there's certain things you're supposed to be doing. And there's certain things that you ain't supposed to be doing. Like if look, I done seen that, okay? Like look, my nephew invited me to this bar in the south suburbs. Somewhere out there, south suburbs. And I show up, and I might have told the story, but I'm not sure, but I'm gonna tell it again. So I show up, I seen him on Snapchat, they at the bar, they popping bottles, because they in their 20s and So I said, I'm gonna pull up with my nephew and see what the fuck is up. So I come in there, and I'm just they all in their little 20s, and they partying and popping bottles and none of that, taking shots, doing all their things. And then I take a scan of the room, and there's these young dudes in their 20s, and these young little girls that just barely turned 21. So like 21 to it's like 25. And then my old ass. And then old men, older men, like 55, maybe even 60. Or maybe they were younger, but they just look older. Like, you know how sometimes some men look that way? Like, And then I seen them, and they're over here like, or whatever they fucking was doing, trying to like get the attention of the little young girls, and then trying to get the little young girls drunk. You know what I'm saying? Because them little young girls can't hold their alcohol like they think they can, and especially the little skinny ones, because they like 95 pounds and trying to drink a bottle. Like, bitch, you can't drink that bottle. Your liver is this little. You cannot drink that much. I'm just talking shit. But then, so I'm looking at like, oh, you little dirty old man trying to hit on these little young girls and shit. That bitch could be your daughter. And then right when I was talking that shit, I hit a mirror. And I see myself. And I said, oh my God. Am I the cougar in this scenario? Am I the old bitch that's trying to get up on one of these little young men? I mean, I was not trying to get up on the young men, so I, quickly deleted that thought out of my brain. But I was just like, oh. I mean, I wasn't trying to like holler at them. Even there was some very handsome and cute guys there. So it's just not my, because they, the little young dudes. I mean, the young dudes, like not like the little young dudes that get together and be, they all do that stupid ass laugh. Look, y'all think I'm talking shit, but look, the next time y'all around some 21, 22, and 23-year-olds, they all do that fucking goofy ass laugh. And the next time you hear it, you're going to think of me and be like, damn, Jess. Telling you. I don't know. The girls kind of just sound, they just have shrieky voices when they're that young. But the dudes, that I know. Now I forgot my train of thought. See, this is why I need a partner so he can keep me on track. Because not in lost the reason why I even brought up the damn bar. See, that's the problem with being older. We're not gonna say old. We're gonna say older. Is my memory? Well, granted, okay, I will give myself grace because I know that I be having a lot of shit on my plate. And certain things or certain conversations just or go that way because I don't know, forgot. I done trailed off my whole subject, what the fuck I was talking about, and now I can't remember why I originally brought up that story. Oh man, my kids are gonna have a great time with me when I get a little older because I'm not gonna remember shit. They're gonna be like, Ma, you remember? Nope. You remember? Nope. Because I know my mom be having amnesia now when I be bringing up certain things that happened in my childhood. She's like, I don't remember it that way. I do. I do. I remember it. Cause I lived it. I remember. I do. Oof. But expectations, right? So I was talking about my son. I'm trying to remember like on the low. But anyways, I'll just get off that subject though, because like yeah, so I don't know. I think for your children, so I've realized um that's a big heavy word because expectations to children, especially in this society where there's just so much like I think there's almost like I don't see it as competition, but children take it as competition of like being the funniest or being the smartest or being this or being that. When it's just like just be true and just be your authentic self, right? If you're really good at math, do that. You know what I'm saying? If you're really good at sports, do that. But even then, so I'm learning that in regards to like sports, right? Because like with my children, especially with wrestling, when I tell y'all wrestling is a fucking, ooh, that's a tough sport. And especially when you have little ones in it, it is a tough sport because it's not only physically challenging, but it's also mentally challenging. And as a parent, not only as a coach, but also as a coach and also as a mom, as a parent, to try to maneuver this young mind to understand the concept of what you're trying to teach them without it being so heavy, right? And like to consume them because you're not, I'm trying, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a thin line where, I don't want to be those coaches or those parents that's like just shove this down their throat. But then you also want them to learn and be better because you see the potential. But then it's just like, you got to like sometimes pump them brakes a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you also don't want to deter them as a person. So I think that's kind of, so I know football season's about to start. And so I know that as a coach, I'm the football coach, you know what I'm saying? Um, that like it's shit. Football don't even start till July around here. It's motherfucking March. So tell me why I'm already thinking about the shits. I'm thinking about like what I can do better as a coach that I did from last year, right? Because that's the only way we can grow is to revisit what happened last year, what you know what I'm saying, and what I could have done better, or maybe what do my children, I say my children, but my players will need that I could have like maybe did different this year than I did last year. Like these are all these thoughts that are in my brain. And I don't know why I'm thinking about it now because it's fucking March. Shit, we're already mid March. FYI. That's this year going, gone. But it's March, May, April, May, June, July. Like it's fucking 4 months away, and I'm already still now thinking like football. What we gonna do? How we make it better? And I'm really trying to like turn it off, like off. But it just it keep. But it's but it's an expectation. Here goes that word again, right? Because last year, being the first female coach and being my first year of being a head coach, and us making it to the championship round, that granted technically we won, but officially we got second place, but we won. But now for myself, I'm trying not to put these on the kids, but for myself, I want to come back with a championship this year. You feel me? Like, give me my number one spot. But it depends on the children, right? Because it's not me on the field. It's not me running up the field with the ball or throwing the ball or catching the ball or hiking the ball or doing none of that shit. I'm just here to guide y'all. But do I want that championship? Give me that ring. You feel me? Or trophy, whatever. You see this box right here? That's my second place trophy. You see it's still in the box. I'm proud of it because you know what? My boys work hard for that trophy. My coaches worked hard for that trophy. The program out here supported me or still support me in regards to getting that trophy. So I'm proud of that trophy. But I want first place. So that's I have low expectations in a whole lot of other fields, but that one, I want it because we were right there. Like it's mine, give it to me. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it back. I don't know. And I'm not thinking negative, y'all. So before y'all be like, don't think negative, Jess. I ain't. But the realities are the realities. You feel me? So I just hope that the other team that we beat or that we played, I hope that I don't see them again. I hope they got kicked out the program because they cheated. And if they are, I may not be so nice. Y'all might see me on the news be like, Elk Grove coach arrested. I didn't act out of pocket last year, but this year, shit, we here. No, I'm just playing. I didn't get kicked out in that one game, and I don't plan to do it this year. I hope. We'll see. But anyways, like I said, that ain't till fucking July. But that's an expectation for me. I feel like it's not. Nobody expects us. Nobody expected us to get as far as we got to. So, but I like that we quieted the non-believers. But there's a whole new season. Again, it's just kid ball, so it's about the kids. We don't put our egos on the field. But yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. This big dumbass trophy that's just sitting there now. So do I display it at the hair salon? Do I just bring it home and just sitting in my corner, my room, so I can watch it and be like, Right now it's just sitting there because I don't know what to do with it at the moment. But yeah, expectations can be a heavy, heavy word. But like I said, I live my life with very low expectations in regards to just life with work. I try, honestly, I try to live my life as stress free as possible. If my stress is not going to correct the situation or change the situation, I try not to stress about it because what it is going to be what it is going to be. I don't try to have expectations in relationships, friendships, love, all of that shit. Because honestly, I'm a simple girl. Like, love me, feed me, protect me. You know what I'm saying? Like, me, the right way. And like, look, I'll be a loyal puppy. You feel me? Like, I don't need all this extra glamour and whatever. And if I need all that extra glamour, then we can do it together. I don't put it all on one person. Even friendships. I said it in the last show and I said it this time that I let people who show me who they are. If you rocking with me, then I'm rocking with you. If I feel you a little funky, then I'm gonna treat you a little funky. That's it. And I'm not even gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad like, oh, I thought that person was the nicest person in the world and blah blah blah. And it's like, you give me funky energy, I'm just gonna let you sit in your funky energy and not even bother with you. And that's any relationship, acquaintance, whatever. That's all of that. Because I'm 45, baby, and I'm still look cute. And I expect to look like this when I'm 55. I expect to look like this when I'm 65. Ooh, I can't even wait till I get in my 60s. Y'all think I got a big mouth now? Ooh, Charlie. It's just gonna get worse. It's just gonna get worse. I feel sorry for my mama because she gonna be clutching her pearls every time she turn around, like, oh my God, you still talking like that? You old? Oh yeah, yeah. But y'all. So if you are not doing anything this Friday and you have not had enough of moi, come and check me out. I am doing a comedy show. Hold on, I'm gonna bring up this flyer. I'm gonna post the flyer. But I'm doing this comedy show. I'm gonna post it if y'all can see. It's called the We Want Smoke Comedy. It's gonna be this Friday. Doors open at 7. Showtime is at 8 o'clock. DJ Showtime is gonna be hosting the event. It's gonna be myself. There's comedian Ty Riggs. There's comedian. He's the headliner. He's comedian Stick. Heavy in the Chicago comedy field. So I'm gonna be like, get myself together. But it's gonna be this Friday. I think there's gonna be some guest spots in there somewhere. It is free 99. They are not charging for this comedy show. It's gonna be in Gary, Indiana. What's the name of the place? It's called Miller's Beach Cigar Bar, 567 South Lake Street in Gary, Indiana. Like I said, the doors open at 7. Show starts roughly about 8 o'clock. I say roughly about 8 o'clock because we would be on Color People Time sometimes. You know what I mean? Me included. I'm the worst, probably. But yeah, I'm gonna come out. That's gonna be my first show for 2024. So I'm gonna be out there talking my shit. I don't know what I'm talking about yet, but I'm gonna get it together within the next 2-3 days. 2 days. Ooh, shit! It's Wednesday, so 2 days. I don't know. You know me. Sometimes I don't know what be coming out my mouth. Sometimes it's sometimes it's like, whoa, shit. But it's gonna be my first show of this year. I told y'all I'm gonna try to hit 10 stages this year of 2024. So this is number 1. And I know my time. So now that my kids are getting towards the end of the school year, we just got baseball to finish up. And then again, like I said, we do have football coming up. But guess what? I'm only going to have sports for one child. I ain't got to be running around like my chicken with its head cut off, going from high school sports to little people sports. Now I just got to worry about little people sports. I ain't got to worry about high school sports because guess what? I'm only going to have one child in sports. So, anyways, so I think that'll free up some time where I can do more comedy on the weekends or during the week or whatever. So we'll see. If y'all know anybody that's looking for a comedian that talks a little bit of shit, that look a little, that's a little cute thing, you feel me? No, I'm just playing. But yeah, so I'm gonna be out there Friday. Like I said, it's free. Just pull up, have a drink. We'll talk our shit. And then, I don't know much about Gary, Indiana, but do I need to bring me a pew pew? No, I'm just saying I ain't got one of them. But yeah, Saturday. Oh, I got baseball Saturday. Damn, you see what happens? But if y'all follow my social medias, Stylish Jekka on Snapchat, Just the Best 79 on Instagram, and y'all got me Sippin N Trippin or Jessica Doyola on Facebook. I'm gonna be in Florida next week. Spring break me, baby. Okay, I'm going by myself. I'm not going by myself. Me and my homegirl finna go down there in Florida. So, if y'all got any suggestions on what to do down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, hit up a message. Send me a message. If there's a place that I need to go eat at, try some good food. If there's a nice little reggae joint or nightclub, not like nightclub. I don't do them shits no more. But like a nice bar with a DJ, I'll do that. Hit me up, let me know. I'll be flying in on Sunday. You feel me? So we'll be gonna be out there having a nice time. But yeah, so that's what I got for now. The next show. So again, if y'all ain't doing nothing on Friday, come and see me. But the next show is gonna be April. Oh my God. Damn. I don't even want to say it, but it's gonna be April 3rd. I can't look. I'm still stuck on this shit. It's going by too quick. April 3rd is gonna be the next show. So put that in your calendar, set your reminder. Shit, we're gonna talk about the holiday food shit, because it's gonna be right after Easter. So I hope y'all got your little Easter baskets, little Easter money. Expectations here. Here it goes again. Because my son already talking about, so did you already set up my Easter basket? What? Who said you're gonna have an Easter basket? I ain't gonna make you no Easter basket. Easter basket. Hi, Maddie. Thank you. I don't know. I have a really good feeling about this Friday. I have a really good feeling for the next few days. Yeah. I think Friday, because I don't know what I'm talking about, and the last time I didn't know what I was talking about, it turned out to be a really great show. I think I just got to go up there and be myself and talk my shit like I normally talk my shit, just like I do here at the hair salon. Yeah. And just be me. You either gonna laugh or you're not. I mean, I hope you laugh a little bit. Just at least crack me a smile. Show me the little gap in your mouth. Show me the little missing tooth you got. Is that a Southside thing? I don't know. I mean, I got a missing tooth too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not just talking shit about talking shit. It's me too. But anyways, so mark your calendars. April 3rd, I'll be here. I hope y'all have a wonderful weekend. I hope y'all have a wonderful Easter. Don't kill your family. Remember, it's a joyful thing. But yeah, until then, remember to leave me those messages. Y'all got some recommendations for them places down in Florida. But other than that, I'm out. Peace. Love y'all.